storied and beautiful venues in college football. Mikey Stadium, the opener in conference play for both of these teams. It's the USF Bulls and the Army Black Knights. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Checking in with the USF head coach before the game. He comes into this game with a very potent passing offense, ranked in the top 10. But today, they face one of their stiffest opponents of the season, a top 10 passing defense. Let's see who wins this strength-on-strength battle. I'll keep you posted as the game goes on. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Black Knights will kick off first, and here we go. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. To the air, it's Van Buren. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the six. Get the pick six.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Here we go, ready. Go.
Pulls it on the option. Turning it on. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Runs for the tackle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
This is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a first.
And the Black Knights will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Using his feet. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Army!
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive there. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
This USF offense will open this drive right here. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Slithers into space. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bulls are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside. It's Isaac.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The Black Knights offense will go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They feed him again. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Got it. Could not make his way to the corner.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. back has it. There's some room. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Black Knights. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The run inside. It's Isaac. There he goes. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And I know that wasn't a big game, but this offense needed that, man. That back-to-back picks on back-to-back possessions. They got to get something going, get some good mojo, get everybody believing again, and settle their quarterback down.
And he's dragged down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To throw, it's Van Buren. Right on the money. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And they've dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
And the Bulls with the 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Isaac.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. The short hands. It's Odom. On the move at the 30. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
The Bulls go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking downfield on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Handoff to the single running back. And they're able to make the tackle. We've reached the break, and Army has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he got it oh so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be 4th down. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Running inside. It's Isaac. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Right back to the well. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He's got him still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? And this is a big 3rd down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying to pound it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Bulls.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Quarterback will keep it. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Safe completion on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They'll move the tight end. A run for the quarterback. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And the 4th and inches, man, I'm going for it no matter where I'm at in the field. If I'm in scoring range, if I'm in the red zone, if I'm on the 1, I'm going for it. I have to be able to get inches in these situations. Nice job by the offense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The run inside. It's Isaac.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. Makes the grab on third. Turns it on in midfield. Wide open spaces. He's at the touchdown, South Florida. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback keep. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
Might be changing the route. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. The Bulls use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Black Knights will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. catch. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Scanning the field, it's Van Buren. They've got the screen set up. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Byers on the move. That's reeled in, it's Isaac. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Upstairs to make the catch. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They get the timeout called here and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Right down the boulevard. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our college football update show. We start with Oregon taking on the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. They start this third quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is...
Breaks into the open. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. And the Black Knights, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. The give on the counter. Surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Quick toss. There's a crease. Got enough for the first. At the 20. Touchdown, Army! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll run it again.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. They're working that left side. He's down right there, but he has plenty to pick up the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
He unleashes a long one. He's got it down the field. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. And the Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to throw again. Makes a catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Trying to push the lead to a field goal with his 2-point conversion attempt. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's got it for the 2-point conversion.
You know, teams practice 2-point plays all throughout the week and all throughout the year for situations like that. You need to make it a 3-point game so your opponent can only tie now with a field goal. Great job of execution.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Makes a move. He stopped right there. Oh, he might have been a step away from taking that one a long way. Army sends its offense onto the field to start the drive. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Knocked off his feet.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Quarterback keeper. Got a little grass. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. In the red area, it's Howard. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They want to run this quarterback. stumbled to the ground.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent. He will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Sullivan. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Isaac. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to him. Might have a chance. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for room. It's Isaac. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Going to the ground. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. He's got the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. Third down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Bulls. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
That's a huge score for this offense, and as a head coach, you love to see your team respond. Obviously, your defense gives up a field goal on the last possession to tie the game. Offense doesn't even flinch. come out on the field, you execute, you march it down the field, score a touchdown, and you punctuate that drive, retaking the lead and putting all the pressure back on your opponent.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. And now this offense needs a late fourth-quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Good timing on the quick out. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The Black Knights come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. A designed run for the quarterback. Makes it past the marker. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Calls his own number.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. He takes it in. Touchdown, USF. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
And he'll just take a knee in this drive. Start at the 25. The Black Knights offense will go to work. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing.
Gonna let it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights!
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
Wants to pass. He's got it for the 2.
And no bones about it for this offense. 5 wide receivers, find the space, find the matchup. He identified it. Nice 2-point conversion play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Grab near the sticks, it's Collins. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And the Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Got a man, it's Rodgers. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The Bulls, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. They'll use a timeout here. 2:06 remaining on the clock. Of course, it stops again at the 2-minute mark.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out.
This is a pretty easy situation for the offense right here, guys. We need one play. We need one run up front. O-line, we need you to come through for us and ice this game. They do a great job allowing that back to pick up the first.
Yeah, it's just physicality up front. The big boys creating some space because the defense knew what was going on. They have to get a stop here or this football game is over. A lot of guys near the line of scrimmage, they can't get it done, and it is over.